Big Daddy, C-Block's power. Got the streets devoured. Gold chains glisten in the hour. Flow like a sizzling shower. Spit fire like a dragon. Crews left staggering. Passion in the habit. Check it, Big Daddy moving. Calculating the scheme. Rough neck, no bleeding. Hardcore eyes gleam. C-Block dominion. Pure raw strength in the kitchen.
All you muffy fluffer nutters know what time it is. You muffy nutters. It's the C-Block on the Media Virus Podcast. Big Daddy. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm all right, you motherfuckers. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Fantastic. And we've got Pete here. We had Pete the whole show. Pete was in A Block. Pete didn't say much in B Block, but we had an interview, so we had somebody to talk to.
I was just a casual observer.
Good shit. Should we start this motherfucker with Big Daddy Asks?
Yes. You want me to pull up the music and all that shit?
Yes.
All right.
It's that good.
Oh.
It must have its must have its theme.
All right, but while I'm looking for that,
I was just in the folder where those assets live.
While I'm looking for that, you said something about Pete having.
Wait a minute.
Pete getting testes.
No.
And so I had to take my father to a doctor's appointment yesterday, and a urologist appointment, Mm-hmm. And he's paralyzed on one side. I got to help him, pull up his pants, pull on his pants.
Right.
When I tell you, dude, his ball sack, his pants were around his knees, and I did not see it end.
Wow.
And
he could tuck it in his socks, huh?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. And it was not funny, but I'm trying to get him out of the car like 10 minutes. I'm trying to get him out of the chair because they had to get a catheter taken out. So we had to get plopped into a special chair.
Right.
Right. So then I'm trying to get him out of this chair. And he's like, and I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I'm sitting on my balls. And I'm like, oh, God. So I was so traumatized by that. I texted little Matt and told him that's what we have to look forward to.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's genetic.
So when I was about 17, so one of the last times I can remember my dad, my grandfather, and I all working on the same thing. So we're all showing up at Dad's house, whatever we were going to do. And Dad says, hey, go in the house, make up 3 glasses of tea. Your grandfather's going to be here in just a minute. Bring him out. He says, I just want to get going. All right. So I'm putting the glasses of tea together. Apparently Pop pulled up. He comes running in, walks into the kitchen, drops trowel, and starts putting on work clothes. And he's there in his tighty whities. And he says,
in the kitchen.
Yeah, just stepped inside the back door and went for it. So he says, I see you look. He said, you go ahead and laugh at my tighty whities. He said, you better stop wearing those boxer shorts a lot sooner than I did. You'll have old man problems. You'll have to wear these.
No, my dad still wears boxer shorts. We were talking about getting him underwears with the pouch in the front so he could tuck his balls in. I texted Matt, to let him know what his future was. And his next text to me was, I just sat on my nuts in solidarity.
Wow.
He was laughing, getting into the car and sat on his nuts. So that's what came from Pete finally getting testes.
Oh man.
No,
been a
what I was
while, but-
referring to.
I was telling that story and I got lost in what I was doing. Hang on. Here it is.
What are you doing?
Media Virus Podcast presents a Stanley McFadden.
Hang on. Apparently the volume's not. What's wrong with this one?
The Media Virus Podcast presents a Stanley
hear it?
McFadden production
I hear it.
that he proudly
Okay.
brings to you.
Big Daddy asks.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Media Virus Podcast, tonight's Big Daddy Asks is a two-parter. Part 1. If it was worth $100,000 per, how many back shots would you be willing to receive?
Willing? I really want to say none.
So
I really do.
So do I.
I really want to say none. But,
Badly.
you know, I think once you get past the first time,
Yeah.
no, you can become a millionaire pretty easily.
You might find a way to spend another $100,000.
You know. Pete was just surprised you can get paid for that.
Wait, how much did you say? You said
$100,000 per stroke.
$100,000
Per stroke?
Per stroke.
shot. Per stroke.
Or same difference.
No. Per shot. Right?
Okay, is it okay? Per shot.
You're negotiating the wrong way, Pete.
No, I'm trying to get him to clarify what he said.
He wants to know exactly what you're doing to his back.
I thought he was just haggling.
No,
He is, but
No,
he needs to know the terms of this contract.
right. Now, I want to make sure what the definition of a back shot to you is what?
I don't know how
Well, because you're talking about strokes. I'm like, the shot is the finish.
no. I'm talking. How many times would you be willing to for the dick to go all the way in you?
Okay. See, this is why I'm having you clarify, because I want to know what the fuck, you know, what I got. What am I signing up for if I should decide to sign up?
First of
How
all,
many
sir, hang on a second. Now, wait a minute. I will have you know I am no cock tease. Okay? I am not going to let a man enter my ass just to tell him to stop. He's at least going to finish, and I'm going to be a millionaire. I mean, I'm not gay, but I have fucking standards. If I sell something,
this is exactly what I hoped it would turn into. And the follow-up question.
The follow-up question. Okay.
At what point does it become gay?
I don't think it ever has to be
$7,000
called
buys
gay.
a lot of straight.
had a few different thoughts. My first thought was the number that becomes gay is one less than the one you look forward to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Sounds about right.
Right?
Feel all happy and chipper to go to work. Like, oh, wait a minute.
Right. And what was the other one? The one before the one you look forward to, and I had another thought. It doesn't matter. So no one gave a reason. No one gave a. No one's got any thoughts on this one.
How many? So you want to be a millionaire, huh, Maddie? So you're talking like.
Well, I mean, I don't listen. Here's the thing, right? I'm not looking forward to taking it in the ass, but $100 a pump, 100,000.
I got bills to pay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But eggs ain't cheap anymore. You know what I'm saying? I need. Gotta take that dick to get some eggs.
It's true. It is.
You know,
Daddy needs a beach house.
you could retire on your ass.
You know, speaking of taking a dick, and it, you know, this lady's not doing this the right way. Hang on, I have to disable them. I have to disable my ad blocker for this. Oh, this is fantastic. Everything's going to shit. There we go. Pause it for this site. There we go. All right, now we're gonna share this tab instead. OnlyFans Annie Knight reveals how much she spent to host an event where she slept with 583 men. Now, I mean, she's objectively good looking. She shouldn't have to pay for dick.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You guys are picking up what I'm putting down, right?
Yeah.
Arguably, she can get it, but that ass looks mighty flat in that picture.
Wow.
Yeah, you know.
Well, she's breaking down how much she paid to host a recent event where she slept with 583 men in 6 hours. People don't realize it's actually so expensive to do something like this. Knight 28 said on a recent episode of Annie Knight Unhinged. Oh, so you were talking about this on your own podcast.
Yeah.
And then somebody wrote a fucking story about you talking about this on your own podcast. That would be like U.S. Weekly writing. What's that?
I can tell you how this happens. After she talked about it on her podcast, she then had AI write a press release and put in a sound drop and send it out on the wire.
All right, so we got to have AI write a press release that and how much Pete spent renting the underpass and giving out hand jobs for $15 a minute.
That's not nice.
Knight noted that the amount totaled
It's actually free. I know a guy.
Totaled to $10,000, but she wasn't worried about investing her own money into the event. You weren't? 583 guys. Imagine all the videos I'm going to be able to release. I'll make that money back tenfold, hopefully more. I hope. Dude.
I don't see how this would make more than one video.
Well, each individual guy gets a close up.
The rules on the platform don't allow her to sell one video with all of the men.
Oh.
That's a good rule to have on the platform. Yeah.
Wow.
Days after the challenge, Knight, who is engaged to Henry Brayshaw, the fucking biggest cuck on the face of the earth, reflected on breaking her own record of sleeping with more than 500 men.
Can you imagine leaving for work that day? All right, honey, good luck at work.
Oh, no, wait. There was something about what her fiance said to her.
Don't slip, fall, and get fucked by 583 dudes today.
No. Her husband said to her as he was leaving for work, make us proud, be safe. As you almost 600 dudes. 600 men are going to visit where you put your penis, my friend.
Was this at her house?
No, apparently.
No, it was a public park.
No, she rented. No, it said she had a venue. Wasn't
so that means someone had to clean up this venue afterwards.
There's the banquet room at the Green Turtle.
I suppose it's a white turtle now.
You know what's funny is that's where we had my my father-in-law's 60th birthday party.
That's why I said it.
Banquet room with the Green Turtle. Nice callback, Pete. Well, following the event, Knight shared that she had been hospitalized. The Australian OnlyFans creator told us that she underwent blood tests and further medical testing. They've since found a new disease never discovered. They're naming it after her. I'm not doing very well. I've been bleeding a lot since the challenge, Knight told us. It was definitely a bit raw down there, and I did get a small cut. Knight explained that she felt exhausted from organizing the stunt while simultaneously purchasing her dream house, and her body just hit a wall. No, it hit 583 dicks. Knight, who suffers from endometriosis, says her condition became worse and noted that a hormonal imbalance can cause irregular and heavy periods and can be caused by 583 dicks, which is what she's been dealing with since the event. The prognosis is good and looks like I'm going to be able to take a week off and get 583 more dicks. Sit out in the sun and just take it easy for a little while and then take even more dicks. But I'll definitely be okay, and I'm not letting this slow me down. I want more dicks.
Wow.
Do you think you could just maybe stay away from dicks for a day?
I don't think you can, dude. I mean,
she just had 583 different ones. So
wait, I need you to read that last paragraph. I had a thought and I lost it, and I really want to say.
I'm not doing very well. I've been bleeding a lot since the challenge, Knight told US. It was definitely a bit raw down there, and I did get a small cut. Knight explained that she felt exhausted from organizing the stunt while simultaneously purchasing her own dream house while simultaneously taking 583 dicks. And her body just hit a wall.
That's it. Okay. The irony is her body hitting a wall after 583 dicks, but somehow 583 dicks didn't touch a single wall in her.
Oh.
I mean, how do you know 583 is the number? I mean, who knew?
I mean, I was 582, so and there was a guy behind me. So.
This thing's worn out. Call it, Bob.
I mean, at that point, I was just helicoptering in there and
helicoptering. Well, she reflected on breaking her own record, but also Bonnie Blue currently claims to hold the world record with sleeping 1,057 men in 12 hours. Now, I would argue that if you multiply 583 times 2,
Yeah.
it's twice that much.
More than twice, yeah.
She was worried she was going to struggle with it. I've done it before, but that was a 24 hours and a 24 in a day. 24 people or 24 hours?
I don't know.
Oh, but honestly, it was fine. I was shocked by how easy it was.
Oh.
I was shocked by it. I could just lay there and get fucked. In other news,
Use a receptacle.
Big Daddy.
I wonder what the record is.
Wow.
Oh,
Those eyes.
Do you know who that is?
right?
Doesn't matter. Look at those eyes.
Well, that's Lana Rhoades.
Okay.
And she spoke out on the scene that made her leave the adult industry after being left traumatized. Despite being an adult actor for less than a year, Lana Rhoades remains one of the most recognizable names in pornography. The 28-year-old, real name Amara Maple, so everybody needs to know that, shot her first adult video back in 2016 at the age of 19 and worked as a porn performer for just 8 months. Despite being active for a short period, Rhoades has gone on to be one of the most searched for names in the adult world and continues to win awards for her work years after leaving the industry. The content creator has spoken more critically about the world of pornography in recent years, revealing in a recent interview that she felt taken advantage of and even expressed a desire for her old videos to be deleted from the internet.
Now I really want to see.
Yeah. That's what this article is about.
Because like what in the world did she do that was so spectacular?
She fits a kink. Or two. Tall, lanky, skinny, small-breasted.
Rhoades has made no secret of the fact that she was fascinated by the seemingly glamorous world of adult content from a young age. She revealed during a 2020 episode of the Impulsive podcast that she'd been influenced into idolizing the career path during her earlier teenage years. Who influenced you into that? I think I was like 14 and I just got the idea, she explained, with the admission leaving hosts Logan Paul and Mike Majik taken aback. I feel like I knew that I was going to be successful, she continued. Like at 14, I was just like, you're going to be the #1 porn star. Do it. Rhoades went on to add that she'd even revealed her career plans to school guidance counselors who responded by telling her that she needed therapy. This isn't the only time Rhoades spoken out about what influenced her X-rated career either, revealing that she's idolized Ann Nicole Smith. Now, we all did. We all did.
Yes, we fucking did. God damn.
God damn, Anna. Rest in peace, baby. It's a sin, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought the Playboy girls were just cool, she said back in 2021. Lana Rhoades claimed she was taken advantage of during her adult career. Rhoades has spoken out about the darker side of adult content creation numerous times over a year. In 2022 interview with Bradley Martin's Raw Talk, Rhoades revealed that she makes more money as a content creator than as a porn actor. Recalling a conversation with a creator from Instagram and YouTube, she said, I had never shot content with him, but he was telling me I'm making $15,000 to do an Instagram post for this YouTube ad. And I was like, well, I'm only getting paid $1,200 for this scene. How is that fair? Oh, it's because you have no value. That's the real quick explanation. Explaining she's She'd never advised anyone to work in the adult industry. She continued, I just didn't have a great experience in porn. And I don't think that it's great for other women or even men. You're an idiot. Porn for men is fantastic. You get to fuck all day long.
Yeah, but the pay disparity is horrible.
Yeah.
Everyone can do what they want. I just don't think they're making the best decision for themselves going into that. I don't think that having sexual relations with people that you hardly know is good for your mental health or your heart. Oh,
well, you didn't realize you might catch feelings when you fuck random people?
I don't know. During an episode of her 3 Girls, 1 Kitchen podcast, Rhodes revealed there were some unnamed scenes which had been really traumatic to her for her to film. There were 3 to 5 that were really traumatic for me, whether it's being sent to a set with someone who was way too old or being pressured into doing something that I was scared of doing because it was too extreme. That can definitely be very traumatic. I would say that's the 100%. That's the 100% contributor to why I left the industry. That's the most dumb fucking sentence. I would say that's the 100% contributor to what. Then it doesn't. It's not a contributor. That's the reason. That's 100% the reason.
The only factor.
Why Lana Rhoades wants pornography banned? Given her uncomfortable experience working as a porn actor, it shouldn't be too surprising that Rhoades has since become an advocate for axing adult content altogether. Well, fuck you, whore. How about that? Why don't you go back to sucking some dick and we'll give a fuck about what you think?
You know what? That's the bitch. This is the bitch who
aspired.
She's no. She's the bitch who goes through years and years of the hoe phase, but when you ask her out, all of a sudden she's born again virgin, and now she right, and now you can't hit it because she decided to be born again. But meanwhile, you get to meet all of her exes, who all have bent her over countertops and car doors and elevators and shit. And you're like, dude, literally everyone else gets to fuck you and I can't. So now you're cock blocking. That's the born again, I'm a virgin again bitch. And I can't fucking stand her.
Yeah.
Well, that article wasn't nearly as entertaining as I thought it was going to be.
So now that means I'm only going to jerk it once when I find her videos.
Right. Well, moving on, and something related, speaking of pieces of shit, worker killed in sewage boat explosion on New York City Hudson River.
Wow.
An explosion Saturday morning aboard a sewage boat docked on New York City Hudson River killed 1 city worker and injured 2 others, officials said.
Do you suppose he was hit by a flying turd?
I hope, dude, can you imagine drowning?
I don't like to, but I probably could.
An explosion Saturday morning aboard a sewage. 3 Department of Environmental Protection employees were working on the vessel docked at the Northwest. That's why it blew up. Wastewater Resources Recovery Facility in West Harlem when the explosion occurred about 10:30 a.m. New York Fire Department Deputy Assistant Chief David Sims told reporters. Jesus. All right. Big Daddy, I expect at least 3 jokes out of you right now. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a shitty situation.
Wait, is it right now, or are we going to hear the video first?
You want to hear the video? Yeah.
Okay. 3 jokes. Number 1.
No.
Do you think? If you shit yourself when you die by drowning in sewage, does anyone even notice? Number 2, do you think you could film a porn and get paid by both the scat people and the porn people. And number 3, 2 guys, 1 sewer.
There you go.
Because there were two workers, two guys, 1 sewer.
I thought there were 3. 1 city worker and injured 2 others.
Well, either way, you know. Right. Now there's this one. There's a global pandemic warning.
Uh-oh.
Aspergillus deadly fungus mirrors HBO's The Last of Us. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
I have to watch the last episode of that.
I don't ever watched it. My kid played the video game. It was pretty awesome. I haven't watched the. But as
apparently it didn't do well. The viewership on that episode was down. I read.
Which one?
I've never actually seen the show. The Last of Us finale apparently didn't do well.
No,
it was not. It was not well watched.
The video game. I watched Matt play the whole fucking thing on a Christmas day. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
A really engaging game. But climate change is not only reshaping our weather patterns and ecosystems, but also silently altering the spread of dangerous pathogens. Among these, Aspergillus, a common yet potentially deadly fungus, has gained new ground. Once confined primarily to warmer regions, this airborne threat is now forecasted to expand its reach into parts of North America, Europe, China, and Russia. A recent study by researchers at the University of Manchester employed advanced climate modeling to predict how Aspergillus will migrate in response to the rising temperatures, warning that millions more people may be at risk of infection by 2100. While Aspergillus is familiar organisms to scientists and farmers, the ability to cause invasive Aspergillus, a severe lung infection, makes it a serious public health concern. The new findings arrive amid a global rise in fungal infections, which already claims an estimated 2.5 million lives annually. These numbers are underreported due to the difficulty in diagnosis and the limited global surveillance of fungal disease. The article explores the science behind Aspergillus, the impact of climate change on the distribution, and the urgent need to enhance monitoring and medical preparedness. What is Aspergillus? Understanding the fungus among us. Aspergillus is a genus of over 300 mold species that thrive in various environments. Soil, plant matter, decaying leaves, compost, and even indoor dust. Although many species are harmless, and some are even useful in industrial fermentation like soy sauce or citric acid production, several are pathogenic to humans and animals. Among the most concerning are Aspergillus fumigatus, the most common cause of Aspergillus, particularly dangerous for immunocompromised individual. The next one, Aspergillus flavus, known for producing aflatoxins, potent carcinogens that contaminate crops like maize and peanuts. Penis. And then there's, oh boy.
Oh boy. Continue.
I walked right into this, didn't I? Aspergillus niger.
Touche, sir.
I think that's what it's called when I get it.
That's right. All right. Well, we beat that to death.
When you get it, it's just called Aspergillus caucus. When I get it, it's Aspergillus.
Niger.
Niger.
All right. And they found some fucking bacteria on a Chinese space station too.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like entirely unknown to Earth.
An unknown bacteria on Earth has developed, and the Chinese space station astronauts are facing a situation straight out of a science fiction movie.
Isn't that the exact premise of Venom?
Probably.
I think a lot of them, aren't they? Like, wasn't that a Andromeda Strain or some shit? What movie was that?
Yeah, it's like it's been a sci-fi premise for a long time.
There's been a lot of sci-fi premises in the 2020s that are just kind of coming true, and I don't like it. I'm gonna put you down.
It is the way that the world works. Science fiction is good technology, always has been.
I mean, yeah, but
you get that tricorder that you walk around with every day,
right? But it's a different kind of space bacteria. Samples taken from the habitation module on Chinese space station Tiangong revealed the presence of bacteria.
Shenzhou.
I think I probably said
Shenzhou.
I'm sorry, man. How was that?
Tiangong.
Oh, shit.
I don't see what Jen being a Jew has to do with anything of this. All right. So previously unknown on Earth, named Nylia tiangensis. They asked it. How do they know it? How does he know its name? They can't talk. After the station where it was born. Oh, this species intrigues scientists because of the unique characteristics and adaptation to the space environment. According to the study carried out as part of a China Space Station Habitat Area Microbiome Program, CHAMP. All right, CHAMP, we're going to infect you with some strange shit. The microbiome on Tiangong Station differs markedly from that on the International Space Station, the ISS. The researchers found associated with humans, but also marked functional and genetic diversity, with mutations probably linked to adaptations to the extreme conditions of space, microgravity, increased radiation, confinement, and the strict cleaning cycle. Nylia circulans, a soil bacteria known for its robust, formerly classified as pathogenic bacillus. Like its cousin, it's capable of forming spores, which act like survival capsules in the face of environmental stress. But what sets it apart is its unprecedented ability to break down gelatin to extract nitrogen and carbon, a precious asset for building a protective biofilm and withstanding the hostile conditions of space. Oh.
Huh.
On the other hand, it seems to have lost the ability to use other sources of energy, which testifies to the astonishing plasticity of living organisms when faced in new environments. This capacity for rapid adaptation is a reminder to the extent to which space is a natural laboratory for microbial evolution. While it's not yet known whether Nylia it's similarity to bacteria capable of causing severe infections in immunocompromised individuals means that caution is advised, especially as accumulation of resistance to antibiotics observed in the station.
Hey, Matt.
What?
I heard you had a nice weekend on the Chinese space station. Except you got sick. Do you remember what you got sick with?
I got no, yeah.
Is that like diarrhea?
No, it's like Tyrangus.
Is that like when you drink the water in Mexico?
How else are you supposed to fucking say that word?
Let's see. Let me give it a roll. I'm going to say it's Tiangongjensis.
That's fucking wrong.
I don't even care. From now on, I want
Tell
every.
me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. T-I-A-N. Tian.
Tianganganis. Tianganganis.
Tiangongensis.
Tianganganis.
And Gongensis.
Oh shit. Oh.
I had to stand up for a minute.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that so much, Big Daddy.
Still enjoying it.
Oh shit, that was great. I was getting lightheaded there. Whew.
I thought I was being respectful in my pronunciations.
It sounded like you were having like a verbal seizure.
I can guarantee you, one of us was being very disrespectful, and I'm not sure who it was. If it wasn't you, it was definitely me.
The fuck is wrong with your hands? Is this another fucking toy?
You just know
Oh.
they're whole hands.
He heard Stanley's going to meet him under a bridge later.
Yeah, this is my.
I brought a $500,000 with me. So.
Oh, okay. So it's 5, huh?
So, if you ever hear Pete screaming Hulk smash, run. Just run.
I wish it had individual fingers because I'd give you the whole middle.
I was going to ask you if you could.
Nope, can't. It's all one. It's
Did you ever? Did we ever delve into the world of Pete the punk rock clown? Did you ever have?
That does not sound familiar.
No, I lost my train of thought. So bear with me. Now that I remember why I have Grok open.
Do we have a decent picture of Pete laying around?
I don't know that we do.
Because you can like upload an image, right?
Yeah.
So we could like literally upload an image of Pete.
Let me see.
And then have it make Pete a punk rock hobo clown.
Let me see where I have an image of Pete. If I have an image of Pete. I don't know that I have an image of just Pete. I have to, though.
I have the other one of these around here somewhere.
What other one?
The other one of these Hulk mitts. Funny thing is, I didn't get them both at the same time.
So they weren't the original set.
No, they're probably not they're probably not a match set, but I found one time, and I found one another time.
That's fascinating, Pete.
Here we go.
Let's go ahead and share your screen there, buddy.
Here we go.
Share my screen.
This will be my Halloween costume. If it's any good. What the? Okay.
I'm trying to get the. There we go.
Wow. Okay.
I like the one to the left.
Oh yeah.
It looks like the Terrifier.
I mean, if I had hair, I'd grow it to do that hairdo. Pretty badass.
I'm gonna
like
send.
Got like the bozo things to the side, and then you got a mohawk up the middle.
Ask it to create a full body with oversized Doc Martens, a comical battle jacket.
Ooh. Comical battle.
Or a battle vest. A battle vest.
Yeah, I know what those are. The photographer at 13, he has one.
I didn't have a battle jacket when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I did have a Jordache jean jacket that my mom bought me. And
no, that's you got to say it the way the kids are saying it now. It's Jordache.
No, I had a Jordache.
I know.
But
it was a video a couple weeks ago.
So
on TikTok.
But I had you remember Puffy Paint when Puffy Paint came out for clothes?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I had a Jordache jean jacket, and I had, just written all my favorite bands
in Puffy Paint
on my Jordache jacket. I was cool as fuck, dude. Except I misspelled Osborne.
You didn't put the U, or you did put the U. Wait,
I don't remember.
Which way? I don't remember which way it's spelled.
I remember doing it, and then I remember seeing it and going, "Fuck." But not instantly. Like, I wore the thing around for a good long while.
Oh,
and nobody said it.
No, my friends weren't that bright either. So
okay, well, I mean that tracks.
Ozzy Washburn, yeah.
Have either of you seen what is it, Spawn?
What, the movie?
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember the clown in that one?
John Leguizamo.
Yeah. I know, like, what I'm getting from this.
If you were a little bit fatter.
I was gonna say, if I was a little more portly, you know.
All right, so I grabbed those images so that we have them for later.
Great.
Pop one of them up on the screens. Pop the full body one. I want to see it in its glory.
Yeah, let me go find it.
You got any shows been coming up, Big Daddy?
As a matter of fact, yes. The Forgetful Squirrels we have ended our season officially, but the Fearless has one more show left in its season, and that is coming up this Saturday, May, whatever the fuck. That's going to be at the CTC, the Delaware Contemporary, at 8 o'clock. Get your tickets at ctc.org, and you can come learn how to do improv It'll cost you $30, and that'll get you both a lesson in improv and a ticket to the show for $30, or you can just see the show for $20. That's this Saturday, Delaware Contemporary, 8 o'clock, and come see us be funny one last time before the season ends.
Well, you heard it here.
Matt, I noticed your face is obscured. Are you hiding from the clown?
No, oh, you know what? No, my the battery died on the camera phone,
Okay.
so it froze.
Oh, okay. It just looks like you've got your face obscured.
No, yeah, it froze. You know, I used to
So
run.
tell us about tell us about when the man touched you.
Well, I was out there slinging crack. I was 14 years old, and I shot a guy, and then I was touched.
All right. You got to save that as a screenshot, dude. Put it back. Might as well go back up so I can save the screenshot.
All right.
All right, hang on.
That looks exactly like a witness.
Except it says Matty Rockdeff right there.
Aside from that part. Well, that's obviously a made-up name. Who the fuck is named Matty Rockdead?
Good point.
That's obviously some radio DJ.
All right, got it.
All right, and Pete.
Oh, you want me to get a full screen of Pete too?
No, it's not necessary, but I figured we'd go to Pete and say, hi, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
Hi guys.
Is
What
that
are you going to do with your $500,000?
after Big Daddy's done with you? Another question is, what are you going to do with that big fucking CRTV you have behind you?
Oh, that one? I don't know. Still works.
Oh, that is a big-ass old-school TV.
Did you buy that at a thrift store?
No. That is, you know what? I know why I still have that. That's the famous $5 TV.
Will, do you have a device that you could employ to play our YouTube stream on it behind you while we're on?
Probably.
That would be an awesome backdrop for you, Pete.
That would be a
I
fantastic
can
backdrop.
do that, yeah. That is the famous $5 TV that I never paid my dad for. He bought the TV for $5 at a flea market or garage sale, whatever. And I said, "Hey, Dad, can I have that TV?" And he said, "Sure, give me $5." I said, "I'll give it to you when I have $5." You know, like the next time I have, a $5. Never paid him for it. bought a universal remote because it didn't ever. That was why it was so cheap.
So you had the money to buy a universal remote, but you didn't have the money to pay your dad back.
I must have been weeks later that I bought a universal remote. You know why? I bought. You know what? I spent a total of 99 cents on a universal remote for it at it was like a Radio Shack clearance sale or whatever. So that TV is is all of $6 and was wonderful for many years. Still works.
This is the week that we find out one of two things, maybe more. A, if Pete's dad listens to the show.
not a chance in a million years.
B, if Pete's brother Joe listens to the show and wants to fuck Pete, so he goes and he plays the clip for Dad where Pete says the TV.
Nah, I don't think my brother. I think he did listen a couple times. I don't know if he listens anymore.
See,
we
could find out big things this week. What do you think of Pete's war vest?
I do like it.
What is on that thing?
Just
why is it yellow and red?
I asked for a clownish battle vest. And I asked for a full body shot to include oversized Doc Martens. They did give you laces up your thigh, though.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is that? I dig the fingerless gloves, though. Those are cool.
I think we are going to model the character after this.
Oh, okay.
Where Pete we're just going to have Pete dress up like this.
Okay.
And then play with the stuff he's got.
Yeah.
It's like a kid's show. And we'll write it with ChatGPT, and we'll always have a moral to the story.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have something you'll have to talk about. But it won't be hard.
Except for where we write very special episodes.
It better not be hard. It's a show for kids. Oh, that's the angle. That's the angle. The show that we produce is behind the scenes of the production of Pete doing that kids show.
So are we actually doing the kids show, or are we just producing the kids show?
I don't know. It seems like
this very meta concept now.
It seems like we should do both.
I concur. I think it's probably the best idea we've had yet. Yeah. And every once in a while, we'll sneak in a very special episode where he has to talk about AIDS or something.
We'll make it all antiquated diseases that aren't around anymore.
Like polio.
Yeah, we'll do polio and
diphtheria,
measles, rubella,
or
mumps,
like monkeypox.
Well, I mean, that's a natural choice. Grease monkey.
Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
Lockjaw.
The dangers of tetanus.
Don't step on a nail, kids. Well,
responsible use of dog feces to smite the adults in your life.
Responsible use of that?
There's a way to do it.
Sure. Responsibly.
And
if a paper bag and a pack of matches.
But you have to have like a side note that like if you don't have a dog, you can always use your own shit.
That's the beauty of this. I mean, you don't have to have a dog. You just have to have an asshole.
And we can do a whole segment on him. You don't actually have to shit in the bag.
You can shit in your head and put it in the bag. Should we shoot cutaways of like turd-shaped things dropping into Pete's hand? Progressively larger fruits.
Well, I would say that it's late.
Yeah.
We've had a ton of fun here on C Block of the Media Virus podcast. Pete's playing with his sword.
It's not a sword.
It's a lightsaber.
Pete's playing with his glow stick.
Jealous you don't have a glow stick.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you see a comb over in the wild, make sure that you snap a pic and email it to Maddie at themediavirus.com. Because
Hey, Daddy, when is the last time you saw a comb over in the wild? Did we have this discussion with you?
I think
We did last week.
It's been
Okay.
a minute.
It's been a minute.
That's been a while. All right. So if you guys see one, snap a pic, send it to Maddie at themediavirus.com, and we're coming up with a prize, or we'll just shout you out, or we got to give you something. You can't just help us out, fucking asshole. You guys are dicks.
All right. Thanks. If you so happen to be a dick.
Why is your face all fuzzy, Matt?
Witness protection.
Witness protection.
Shit, have you seen the show? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on episode 237 of the Media Virus Podcast. We'll catch you again next week on Wednesday night. This episode of the Media Virus Podcast is brought to you by 302-46-VOICE. That's 302-46-VOICE. If you want my voice on your project, dial 302-46-VOICE today. Don't forget to check out our sister show on the Media Virus Podcast Network, Stepmoms Without Children. Join Ricky Rockdeff as she takes a deep dive into the fascinating people she meets and thinks that you should meet too. Find Stepmoms Without Children at themediavirus.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your fine podcasts. Special thanks to mysportsreports.com and delawaresports.com, delivering regional sports coverage straight to your devices via stream and podcast. Learn more at mysportsreports.com and delawaresports.com. If you wish to sponsor the Media Virus Podcast, email your contact information to pml@themediavirus.com with the subject line sponsor, or leave us a message at 646-VIRUS01. On behalf of the infection team and our feckless leader, Maddie Rockdeff, I'm the Reverend Professor Mike Latoris, coming from to you live high atop Uncle Butch Studios, with one hand firmly on the pulse and the other clawing for a shred of sanity. This has been the Media Virus Podcast. We'll be back next week. Find us at themediavirus.com on social media, or download us now from your favorite podcast platform.